What's up Raiders, Bionic here with a gameplay video on Raid Shadow Legends, which is going to be the Ice Golem level 20 on auto as a free-to-play player. That's right, I've finally been able to complete it, and with a relatively high success rate, probably above 80%, however I did have to partially control the fight for it to work. So, like the level 17 dungeon videos, I will show the gear of each of the 5 champions, and I will comment the fight a little bit. So let's get right to it. In the first slot, we have none other than Crimson Helm. I've had her since day one, she has been fantastic and she continues to be one of my most valuable champions. Her gear has changed a little bit since the last videos, but she is still using a 4-piece lifesteal set and 2-piece speed set. Very high defense as well as high accuracy. All her skills are leveled and these are her masteries. War Master being the most important because I use her against the clan boss. Next up we have Foli. This is another champion I use against the clan boss, but the main reason for bringing him along is for his block revive skill. His gear has not changed since the last videos, he is still using a 4-piece lifesteal set and a 2-piece speed set. As for his skills, none of them have been leveled so far. I do plan on doing it in the future, but he's not my priority. And finally, these are his masteries, obviously Giant Slayer being the most important because like I just said, he is used against the clan boss. Next up, we have a brand new addition to my roster, which is Painkeeper. And the main reason for bringing her along is to mitigate some of the damage on the other champion, as well as provide an extra heal. So the best gear I had available for her at this point is a 2-piece speed set, as well as 2 immortal sets, which gives her plenty of HP, but unfortunately not quite enough speed. As for her skills, they have all been leveled because she is a rare champion, it is relatively easy to do so. And finally, these are her masteries, Bulwark being her tier 6. Moving on to Apothecary, this is another valuable champion. I actually got him very late in the game, and the reason I bring him along is mainly for the speed increase and the single target heal. So, in order to maximize his efficiency, I have him in 3 speed sets. You can see that he has very high HP, high defense, and even more importantly, high speed. As for his skills, they have also all been maxed with skill tones. And finally, for his masteries, these are the ones I chose, Giant Slayer obviously being the most important because I do use him against the clan boss. And now finally, the last piece of the puzzle is Bellower. If you guys have watched my last progress video, then you will know that I've recently changed his build. And the reason for this is because I saw this on another YouTuber's channel where Bellower in a stun set is actually very useful. And in order to add to his survivability, I decided to add a 2-piece immortal set. His skills have also all been maxed out with skill tones, and as for his masteries, these are the ones I chose, with Fearsome Presence being the tier 6 and most important because it adds an extra 5% chance for the stun effect to proc. Okay, now as you guys can see, the fight is a really long one. There's probably about 10 or 11 minutes left before I actually kill the boss. So what I'll do is I'll start talking about the fight right away, and then I will let the video finish playing in the background. So as you guys most likely saw by now, the entire build revolves around having heals, so sustainability, and having CC, such as the stun from Bellower, to prevent from taking too much damage. Add to that the increased defense and the provoke from Crimson Helm, and you have even more survivability, which makes the entire thing possible. And as for the damage, well, the bulk of it comes from Giant Slayer and War Master, which makes a lot of sense because if I would have put too much emphasis on trying to hit harder, I would probably not be strong enough to survive the entire fight. So, at this point what I can tell you guys is that you have to treat the level 20 dungeons much like you do the clan boss. Focus on sustainability and survivability, and then let the tier 6 masteries or poison debuffs do all the damage work. So for the Ice Golem himself, what you really want to be careful of is his Frigid Vengeance skill, which if I recall correctly, he is going to do at 80%, 60%, 45%, 30%, and then 15% of life. And what you don't want to happen is to have either of his minions up while he does that skill. Which is why I partially control the fight by targeting one of the minions to ensure they go down first. And then when the first one is down, you target the second one, and so on. And the main reason for this is because towards the end of the fight, when the boss himself is starting to be low health, your champions might actually try and go for the kill, which is probably the reason why I would sometimes fail. Now, this is not perfect because unfortunately what will sometimes happen is that some of the skills like Foli's or Apothecary obviously are random, which means you might get a Giant Slayer or War Master proc at exactly the wrong time. So that about sums it up, guys. I mean, this is the build that I came up with. It's not as good or as efficient as some of the other builds out there, obviously, but these are the champions I have for now. And like I said, I was only looking to try and complete the mission. Now, if I would have to farm the Ice Golem, it would not be on level 20, because this is just not ideal. So enjoy the rest of the fight, and as always, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to check the description to see how you can support my channel. Later, guys.